Bienvenue dans cette nouvelle vidéo qui présente une histoire simple pour les débutants en anglais. Dans la première partie, l'histoire est racontée en anglais avec la traduction simultanée. Dans la deuxième partie, chaque phrase est lue une fois en français et 2 fois en anglais. Soyez attentifs à la prononciation.
In a small apartment in New York, there lived Emma, a young woman full of dreams and ambitions. Every morning, she woke up to the smell of fresh coffee from her electric coffee machine. It was a luxury she bought after saving for months. But even with all the modern comforts around her, Emma often felt overwhelmed by the fast pace of daily life. One day, while looking through a magazine, Emma found an ad for a new series of appliances. "Free up your time," they promised, curious. She read that she could spend more time enjoying life. Picnics in the park, movie nights, or even trips to the beach. But wait, all of this was expensive. Was she really ready to work more to afford these things? Or then a light bulb went off in her head. Why not use technology to her advantage without sacrificing her well-being? She thought about finding a balance between modernity and simplicity. She decided to rent some appliances instead of buying them. After all, everything could be rented or bought in this busy city. Every weekend, Emma went to a small rental shop near her home. She rented kitchen appliances, gardening tools, and even a projector for movie nights. With these smart choices, she did not feel forced to work harder to pay high bills. In fact, she discovered a new world. She could walk along the Hudson River, picnic with her friends, and spend time reading in a cafe. One evening, she organized an outdoor movie night in her small garden. Her friends came over, laughing and sharing stories, turning a simple afternoon into an unforgettable evening. The appliances had freed up her time, but what mattered most was what she did with it. She realized that the most important thing was not to have more things, but to fully live shared moments. With each activity, she felt happier, understanding that happiness is found not in material possessions, but in experiences. Emma became a voice of reason among her friends. She showed them how to rent instead of buy, and how to choose quality of life over collecting things. Slowly, a small revolution began in her group. They learned together how to balance their busy lives with joyful moments. In a world where everything seemed available, Emma understood that the greatest luxury was free time, the time that allowed her to enjoy the beauty of life. She started writing a blog about her experience, inspiring even those who sometimes fell for the traps of consumerism. She ended her last post with these words: "Don't let technology control you. Make it your ally. Find that balance and live the moments that really matter." And so, Emma discovered the true meaning of freedom in a world filled with machines. Dans un petit appartement à New York, vivait Emma. In a small apartment in New York, there lived Emma. In a small apartment in New York, there lived Emma. C'était une jeune femme pleine de rêves et d'ambition. She was a young woman, full of dreams and ambitions. She was a young woman, full of dreams and ambitions. Chaque matin, elle se réveillait avec l'odeur du café frais. Every morning, she woke up to the smell of fresh coffee. Every morning, she woke up to the smell of fresh coffee. Le café provenait de sa machine à café électrique. The coffee came from her electric coffee machine. The coffee came from her electric coffee machine. C'était un luxe qu'elle avait acheté après avoir économisé pendant des mois. It was a luxury she bought after saving for months. It was a luxury she bought after saving for months. Emma se sentait souvent submergée par la vie quotidienne. Emma often felt overwhelmed by daily life. Emma often felt overwhelmed by daily life. Un jour, elle trouva une annonce pour de nouveaux appareils. One day she found an ad for new appliances. One day she found an ad for new appliances. L'annonce promettait de libérer votre temps. The ad promised to free up your time. The ad promised to free up your time. Elle lut qu'elle pourrait profiter davantage de la vie. She read that she could enjoy life more. She read that she could enjoy life more. Cela incluait des pique-niques, des soirées cinéma et des excursions à la plage. This included picnics, movie nights, and trips to the beach. This included picnics, movie nights, and trips to the beach. Mais tout cela coûtait cher. But all of this was expensive. But all of this was expensive. Était-elle prête à travailler plus pour ces choses? Was she ready to work more for these things? Was she ready to work more for these things? Puis une idée lui vint à l'esprit. Then a light bulb went off in her head. Then a light bulb went off in her head. Elle pensa à utiliser la technologie pour l'aider. She thought about using technology to help her. She thought about using technology to help her. Elle voulait un équilibre entre modernité et simplicité. She wanted balance between modernity and simplicity. She wanted balance between modernity and simplicity. Elle décida de louer certains appareils au lieu de les acheter. She decided to rent some appliances instead of buying them. She decided to rent some appliances instead of buying them. Tout pouvait être loué dans cette ville animée. Everything could be rented in this busy city. Everything could be rented in this busy city. Chaque week-end, Emma se rendait dans un magasin de location. Every weekend, Emma went to a rental shop. Every weekend, Emma went to a rental shop. Elle louait des appareils de cuisine et des outils de jardinage. She rented kitchen appliance and gardening tools. She rented kitchen appliance and gardening tools. Elle louait même un projecteur pour les soirées cinéma. She even rented a projector for movie nights. She even rented a projector for movie nights. Avec ses choix, elle ne se sentait pas obligée de travailler plus dur. With these choices, she did not feel forced to work harder. With these choices, she did not feel forced to work harder. Elle découvrit un nouveau monde. She discovered a new world. She discovered a new world. Elle pouvait se promener le long de l'Hudson. She could walk along the Hudson River. She could walk along the Hudson River. Elle pouvait pique-niquer avec ses amis. She could picnic with her friends. She could picnic with her friends. Elle passait du temps à lire dans un café. She spent time reading in a café. She spent time reading in a café. Un soir, elle organisa une soirée cinéma en plein air. One evening, she organized an outdoor movie night. One evening, she organized an outdoor movie night. Ses amis vinrent et ils rirent ensemble. Her friend came over and laughed together. Her friend came over and laughed together. Ils partagèrent bon des histoires et créèrent maille des souvenirs inoubliables. They shared stories and made unforgettable memories. They shared stories and made unforgettable memories. Les appareils avaient libéré son temps. The appliance had freed up her time. The appliance had freed up her time. Ce qui comptait le plus, c'était ce qu'elle en faisait. What mattered most was what she did with it. What mattered most was what she did with it. Elle réalisa que le bonheur se trouve dans les expériences. She realized happiness is found in experiences. She realized happiness is found in experiences. Emma devint une voix de la raison parmi ses amis. Emma became a voice of reason among her friends. Emma became a voice of reason among her friends. Elle leur montra comment louer au lieu d'acheter. She showed them how to rent instead of buy. She showed them how to rent instead of buy. Ils apprirent à équilibrer des vies chargées avec des moments joyeux. They learned to balance busy lives with joyful moments. They learned to balance busy lives with joyful moments. Emma comprit que le plus grand luxe était le temps libre. Emma understood the greatest luxury was free time. Emma understood the greatest luxury was free time. Elle commença à écrire un blog sur son expérience. She started writing a blog about her experience. She started writing a blog about her experience. Elle inspira d'autres personnes piégées par le consumérisme. She inspired others who fell for consumerism traps. She inspired others who fell for consumerism traps. Elle termina son dernier post avec un conseil important. She ended her last post with important advice. She ended her last post with important advice. Ne laissez pas la technologie vous contrôler, écrivit-elle. Don't let technology control you, she wrote. Don't let technology control you, she wrote. Faites-en votre allié. Make it your ally. Make it your ally. Trouver cet équilibre et vivre les moments qui comptent. Find that balance and live the moments that matter. Find that balance and live the moments that matter.